crossover that kids have been waiting for, Donkey Hodie and Daniel Tiger's Neighborhood. It is now streaming. Thank you both so much for your time today.
Thank you.
Thanks
Happy to be here.
Let's talk a little bit about the process and how these two worlds, came to say, like, who sparked that idea of these two worlds coming together?
I think it was a very natural idea. So we were getting ready to plan season 3 of Donkey. And since Donkey Hodie launched in 2021, they're both are series featuring reimagined characters and worlds from Mr. Rogers' Neighborhood. So ever since we launched Donkey, we were thinking about ways we were to start connecting it back to Daniel Tiger's Neighborhood and Mr. Rogers' Neighborhood. And we had taken steps to do that. We introduced Trolley and in season 2 along with Speedy Delivery Service. And so as we were planning season 3, we thought, now feels like the right time to try to branch these worlds in a really mind-blowing way and to bring Daniel and Dad Tiger to someplace else. And that was the start of it. And we started scripting it over about 2 years ago.
I think too, like ever since Donkey Hodie went into production, we had these two shows that are both inspired by Mr. Rogers' Neighborhood. So it just got us naturally thinking like these are both worlds that are from Mr. Rogers' Neighborhood. I think we started kind of referring to it as the Mr. Rogers Neighborhood TV universe, and like how can we bring that together? And Kristin and I share an office wall, and I think there were even just kind of like conversations like, wouldn't it be neat if we could bring Daniel into Donkey Hodie and someplace else? And now we're excited that it's really happening.
And also, too, the episode is about Daniel Tiger going to, someplace new, someplace different, especially as kids are getting ready to go to preschool or kindergarten or first grade. These are all these new things that not only are you enjoying watching the show, but it's something that they're experiencing in their own lives.
Absolutely. The timing of this is, kind of perfect for back to school. Daniel and Donkey meeting for the first time, Daniel having first experiences. It can be hard to say hello. How do you get to know somebody new who you've never met before? And so right from the beginning, we introduce a strategy for that, which is let's ask questions and get to know each other better and sing a wonderful song. And maybe teachers could be using that song in their classrooms on the first day of school. That'd be pretty cool.
That was an intentional choice. And, we thought that was a great opportunity to help children with that kind of social interaction, seeing these two characters meet for the first time and how they navigate that.
Because, Chris, I would say, we have toddlers in our household, and, Daniel Tiger has definitely been one of those things where you're going through something new, something change, a different emotion. And the parents, like in our text group, are always just like, watch Daniel Tiger this episode, watch Daniel Tiger this episode. And that's how people are understanding. So just, thank you from all of us out there.
Well, thank you for watching and sharing it on your text chain. I appreciate that.
For that, right?
And there is an app. We do have the Daniel Tiger for Parents app that if you need your strategy, it's at your fingertips.
Let's also talk to a little bit about the episodes and the puppets, because obviously the kids are used to seeing the animated version of their favorite shows, but this is kind of taking them into a new realm to maybe show them a little bit of that puppetry and that magic where we all fell in love with Mr. Rogers.
Yeah, it was really special to us to think about how we bring these characters back into puppetry. It's the first time Daniel, well, I guess technically Dad Tiger being reimagined as a puppet again since Mr. Rogers, but it was really important for us to honor the look and feel and the sound of the characters that kids now know as Daniel and Dad, and then bring that into the world of someplace else and make it make sense in our world. And we co-produced Donkey Hodie with Spiffy Pictures, who are based in Chicago. We filmed the show in Chicago. And so we worked very closely with David Rudman and the puppet designers and builders to make sure Daniel and Dad Tiger were feeling like themselves every step of the way.
There were challenges and opportunities all along the way, but it was overall an incredible experience for me coming from animation, being so welcomed into this Spiffy Pictures team for this special. And we had this collaborative experience, and I was sent sketches for the puppets, and we reviewed them with the Daniel Tiger's team just to make sure everything looked just right. We got fabric samples and fur swatches. I remember I saw the fur example. I thought, it looks a little shaggy, and I said that, and the puppet designer was like, "Don't worry, we'll give them a little haircut," and they did. And the final result, I think, turned out perfectly. We have a beautiful cuddleable. Is that a word? You can cuddle this nice Daniel Tiger puppet.
I also love that's a job. Haircuts for puppets. Like I love that's a profession. That makes my heart happy. Let's talk a little bit about the filming, because obviously, this is so close to so many people's hearts and so many people there, that work at the station. I mean, was everybody asking questions? Was everyone wanted to see the set? I mean, tell me a little bit about the energy behind the scenes as this was being created.
Yeah, that's the energy that's behind the scenes of Donkey every day. And this special, I think, definitely amplified it. Everyone who works on our crew in Chicago and all of our cast take very seriously and feel very honored to be able to carry forward the legacy of Fred Rogers and to take care for these characters, both the old and the new, that are part of this universe. And so the energy on set was just amazing, especially when you play back a reimagined version of a Fred Rogers song on set. Everybody just gets a little teary. Everybody takes it so much to heart. But I think all of that comes through on screen, and what you see is the joy and the exuberance of everybody behind the scenes who makes this magic. And it's really fun.
And I was really appreciative that I got to be there on set for the filming of this episode, and I could just feel all that energy. And I'm so happy to know that that's how it is all the time. Yeah, it was a great experience.
And we film at WTTW, which is the Chicago PBS station. And that is also a nod to legacy. Mr. Rogers' Neighborhood was filmed at WQED, the Pittsburgh PBS station. So we're continuing that public media legacy, even in the filming and the behind the scenes.
That is amazing. Well, thank you both so much for your time today. This crossover episode, Donkey, Hodie, and Daniel Tiger's Neighborhood, it is now streaming. Thank you both so much for your time today. I love that the legacy and the production still happens here in Chicago, and we always, it's beloved worldwide, but a special place here in Chicago for everything that you both are doing.
Thank you.
Thank you so much. We're excited for everyone in Chicago to watch.
Thank you.